go, and go, and go crazy. And go crazy. And go crazy. And go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. Go, 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 go crazy. All the way from the ocean. Go crazy like a dum-dum. East side homeboy, where I come from. Dance on the floor till you go numb. No hating, no red rum. This is O City. All the way to the bay, hit the bass for me. Catch a case cause it's beating up, no Chevy. Got you moving side to side, getting out sweaty. Make it work it out. Turn the volume up loud. It's a dry crowd, make it all shout. Go, 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 go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Hit play on the track and I'm ready. Like a quarterback, Tom Brady. Got you all in the frenzy. Go, 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 go crazy.
I like that.
Go, go, go crazy. All the way from the O to LA.
You know the word. Hey. Oh, so we about to go another round.
What's up, family? What's going on?
What's happening?
Man, good evening, Scoop Nation. How y'all doing? This is Winfred Burns, and we are live for another great show. As you see on the screen, we want to know where you are tuning in from, so please put that in the comments. Tonight, we got an awesome show lined up for you tonight. And as you can see, we're looking a little different here tonight, so we're going to get to that in just a second. Q couldn't be with us tonight. She's got a family thing that she's working on, so y'all definitely keep her lifted up in your prayers and in your good thoughts. But we got a good show tonight, of course. We got hot topics. We got everything. All we need is for you to hit the share button and for you throughout the entire show to give us your comments. Put your comments in the building. So thank you. I see what's up, Chi-Town. I see you. So of course y'all know Chi-Town is where we run it in here. So good to see you. It's good to see you. Yeah, we do. So as long as
like Oklahoma is side-eyeing y'all, like, yeah, whatever.
I mean,
right.
We know who was it. O-Town. Okay.
City.
O-City.
We'll see. But yeah, y'all hit that share button, tag your friends, get your drink. Whatever you do, we got some great conversation tonight, and so we want you to make sure you stick with us. So let me go ahead and say what's up to my people real quick. First of all, let me introduce to this side of us. We have a guest with us sitting in for Q. She's been here before. It's not the first time. It won't be the last time. But we got Coach E with us, Coach Eunice Jones, the author, motivational speaker of, hold on, I got you. Love Letters, which by the way, if you have thought, you need to go to her website and get it, which is coming into the comments. It is propelpurpose.org. Got the book. Y'all get it. What's going on, Coach E? Good to have you.
What's up, you guys?
Hey.
It's good to see y'all.
My bad, Jesus. I should have worn
Yes, and the shirts. We've got the shirts.
Shirts. She got mugs. She got everything.
Got it all.
Yeah, y'all definitely go ahead and represent and get her book as well. So good to have you. How you doing tonight?
I am good, you guys. It's so good to see everybody. I've got a whole bunch of stuff going on, as everybody does. So it's really good. It's really good. It's good energy. We're gonna end 2020 with a real nice bang, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
definitely. Well, it's good to have you, and of course,
Mm.
anytime I like how you think. I like all that stuff. So anytime we can have you, it's always good to have you.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
And
I
of
love
course,
being here, y'all.
over here I got my partner in crime since '97.
Man.
Miss Kirby
Yes.
Kels Johnson. What's going on with Kels?
Hey, I'm doing good. You already know my favorite day of the week, this fine Tuesday. Yes. So I'm doing good, busy like I usually am, but now it's time to chill, relax with my peeps.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's what's up. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Today was the first day of virtual school.
Okay. How'd it go?
I'm glad I work at the church. I just want to say that.
Oh no. Woo. Yeah.
I was like, I don't feel no waste time. I was like, Lord.
It's not easy.
I can only imagine with the babies. Oh, it's hard
It's
to keep
not for everybody.
in regular class, but virtually. Oh,
Listen, I said, Lord, I said anything I've ever said bad about a teacher,
Yes.
give me. Y'all, I love teachers. And after today,
yeah.
and it wasn't so much that it was, like it was just a lot. And then I'm calling the school, like, how do they like click the link in I was like, oh, thank you. Like, why y'all got so many sign-ons?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just one button, just one
Yeah.
button.
They should have given y'all like orientation or something, right? Beforehand.
They did.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, parents. Y'all gonna have to sharpen them skills up. Y'all got to get in there.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I made it. It's good. I'm like, a couple of days this I'll be fine. But I was like, okay, I get it. I get it now. So yeah. So shout out to my teacher friends.
Yes.
The teachers.
Pay them some money, please. Pay them some money.
Extra.
Give them a raise. They need it.
Somebody, yeah. So we're gonna jump off into this show again. If you have not hit the share button, please do. If you have not put your city that you rep and put that in the comments, and then of course throughout all of these topics, y'all give us y'all comments. Kels, go ahead, take us away. Kels, this way.
Okay. I know we told you to share, but we also want you to like our Facebook page, so you'll see that where we're live from, and also subscribe to the YouTube channel at Real Scoop Show. And then our Facebook group is The Scoop Show. So we want to make sure to stay connected with you guys. So make sure you follow us where you can, where you haven't. Join the group, all that good stuff. Also want to remind you that these hot topics are brought to you by Kirby Kitten Clothing, where self-reflection is perfection. Yes. So we still have maxi dresses and with the introductory sale going on as we get into fall. We got some hot new stuff coming out within the next month. October is about to be lit. Y'all know that's one of my favorite seasons, fall, winter. So yeah, we about to show out. So keep your eye out for Kirby Kitten and Cool Cats. We about to do it.
What's up?
Okay, so one of our first hot topics is when you truly love someone, you work on those toxic traits. I remember this post. Okay, it says, my current relationship has taught me that there's no such thing as this is who I am, take it or leave it. When you truly love a person, you work on your toxic traits, you learn to communicate, you listen when your partner expresses their feelings. So basically saying, we have to let that phrase go. We use it a lot. We love to, we want everybody to be themselves and to be them, unapologetically. So where is that fine line at? So I'm gonna start with you, Eunice, since you're the guest tonight. Okay. What do you think about that statement?
It sounds good. I'm just gonna say that it sounds good. And ideally, if you do love somebody, then you are supposed to work on these toxic traits. But let's be clear, we have to have accountability of self first, because before you can be in a relationship, like seriously, those things, toxic behaviors or patterns or things that you need to heal from, is stuff that should already be into play before you decide to enter into a relationship. Yes, you do learn to communicate, but again, learning to communicate, listening, and expressing yourself should be something that should already be done before you get in a relationship. That way, and the reason I say that is because it kills the false expectation and those, false burdens. Because if you are already working on yourself, you are already working on, toxic traits and healing from things and learning how to communicate. If that relationship is a pass or a fail, you don't set up that expectation. You're disappointed. Like, I did all this for you and it still failed. I just think that's kind of a setup. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I get it. What about you, Wynn?
Yeah, so I think that true love if somebody truly loves you and you truly love them, it will force you to confront it. Now, whether it will make you work on them, I think depends on where you are as a person, because true love will also make you run. You're confronting your toxic traits, like, you know what, I'm out. I can't handle this. I'm not ready to do. I'm not ready to be this type of person. Yes, and I think that's where we get that whole, in some instances, the whole "he's out of my league, she's out of my league" thing. It's not so. It's that you weren't ready to rise to the level of communication, of clarity, of partnership that person requires or demands, and so you run, because again, that's typically a comes from some kind of toxic trait or some type of dysfunction that's in us that we're just not ready to confront. So I think it puts us in a position to confront it, but I don't think it'll make you change. I think it gives you the environment to change. But
that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm kind of just to be honest, I'm kind of on the fence about it, because there is a part of relationship that makes you want to be a better person. I mean, we hear people say that all the time. He or she loved me so much, I wanted to be better for them. So that's the way that I interpreted the statement, more of something like that. Now, I do believe in everybody being themselves, but I think if you do have someone that you're trying to, I mean, when you're just trying to be a better person, because that's what we should be doing every day. I think most of us strive to be better every day. So, I don't know. I guess it's kind of along the same things that Wynn is saying, is that it opens up the environment to do so. But I guess I didn't take it really so much as a negative statement. I just interpreted it different, as in, if you find somebody that you're doing life with, you do want to be better for them in a sense. Like, they make you want to be better. They make you believe in yourself more or something like that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, and I agree with that too, Kels. I think we do that. I think it's the step of actually doing it. Like, when you see that what being better requires, it's like
then it's like, hold on.
Wait, so
that's a lot.
I can't respond like that and have a healthy relationship? Oh.
I think that it's good, though. Nowadays, I don't see as many people making that commitment to it. Like, it's like, this is my toxicity. This is how I am. This is my this, that, and the other. You take it or leave it. Nobody wants to really work on it. It's like, take me as I am or I'm out. And I think that needs to change. And I shouldn't say it's like that now, but I see slowly some curving where people are like, look, you can't use that as an excuse all the time. Maybe you have these behaviors, maybe you are toxic, and we're all toxic in some kind of way. We have our own issues, but I think that, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, I'm running, I'm gone. No, you gotta do better. So it is kind of an encouragement to work on self. I just don't think that should be the sole reason. Like, we're together, so let me work on me.
Yeah. Because we do, you still come across the arguments of I lost my train of thought. Never mind. Never mind. I missed that rabbit hole. I was going, but I just
when it comes back, just jump in. But I was just saying, what it does is, like, I think, again, it makes us. I think it just makes us say, like, and relationships always makes us confront, our selfishness. And so I think the very moment that some part of us that's selfish, whether it's our communication, the way we handle arguments, whether it's the way we handle money, whether it's the way we deal with intimacy, like whatever area and then it always, and when we do that, then it comes to like dealing with my insecurities. And so, again,
Yeah.
I think being loved the right way, or being loved in a way that you feel love, makes you say, either I gotta step my I gotta step my game up. Like you said, do I want to do this?
Yeah.
Or am I just gonna be like,
It's not easy.
and it's ugly.
It is.
What our toxicity is, let alone fix it. I mean, like you said, I think that's very true that you're at it seems like I don't even want to say as a culture, but as a group or as a circle, forget it. As a Scoop family, I feel like we have evolved in that way. We just got to be realistic about it.
Yeah.
Those are, we interact with each other every day. I feel like we have kind of come to that point to where we're like, yeah, no, this is true. It does. We can recognize this, but yeah, not really willing to change anything about it. It's just like, okay, yeah, now we admit it.
Yeah.
Here's a rabbit hole for you. I think that, well, first of all, let me do the rabbit hole, then I'm gonna read the comment. I think one of the things that we shouldn't do is that we shouldn't expect people who love us because they love us to just like take our toxicity. Like, they love me, so they gon' like you said, they're gonna take this. You'll be okay. Like, we should like and shame people into saying like, you should have loved me through it. No, ma'am, no, ma'am, no sir. You should have fixed it. I shouldn't have had to deal with your abusive language or your, however you did whatever. No, a person shouldn't have to do that, man or woman. We should be able to, again, address it, deal with it, do the work, the ugly, hard work that comes with
ugly, hard work. Yeah.
Eric says, if you want to be a whole and healthy individual, you'll work on yourself. Relationships with others is definitely the environment where we recognize and work through our issues.
Yeah, definitely can agree with that.
That's another rabbit hole question. Another rabbit hole question for both of you. Do you think, because I do, that there is only a level of exposure that you can only experience in the context of relationship? So you can work on yourself and try to, but it seems to me like there is, like, you get to a certain point in your singleness, but then when you get into a relationship, there's another level that's unfolded because now you have another person dead smack in your face that you have to deal with.
Oh, yeah. I definitely believe that because, what to me, when you're on a level of, because I think it doesn't have to always be romantic relationships. When you're on a certain level of intimacy with someone, that usually only happens, with romantic relationships. Yeah, it's definitely an eye opener because, again, you're probably being your most transparent, your most vulnerable, your truest you at that moment. Of course, and they're truly seeing you too. It's definitely a different level of somebody seeing you that close. Because a lot of things we're not gonna see because we don't want to see it, and our mind is a powerful thing. We underestimate our minds we
do. And I don't think a lot of it, like you said, when I agree with both of you, a lot of it doesn't come up until you're in relationship. Like, I remember, having this healing journey after I wrote my book and, left this relationship and thought, oh, I'm healing, I'm evolved, I'm ready for a relationship. Then I got in a relationship and it all went to fan. I mean, it hit the fan. Because it was like all these triggers came up and all this other stuff came up. And it was like, girl, you got some trauma. And all this time I was on this healing journey. But I realized that I had a lot of trauma. So I think that those relationships, we do have to use them as that. Otherwise, I would have thought I was healed. Yeah. You couldn't pay me to tell me I wasn't healed and would have never faced it unless being confronted in a relationship again. And so before, you couldn't tell me that until I was actually in it. And I was like, I got some issues. I'm toxic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a good comment right here. Like it says, if left to ourselves, we won't recognize that our toxicity is unacceptable to others. Now, that's real right there.
Yes.
That's real. That's it.
That too. Very, very, very good statement.
That's real.
Really. That's it.
Okay, Eric.
Right.
Get us all the way together tonight. Okay.
Okay. Talk about it. I'm gonna need to do some one-on-one coaching with myself and some other people before this is all over.
We got to
Shoot.
book a minute.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a good topic. I think, and those are the kind of topics that I like for us to get into, because it doesn't really, it leaves, it makes the space to me a little more open, because it wasn't just all the way negative. It wasn't just all the way super unrealistic either.
Yeah.
So there are some memes out there that don't have to be rude and crude and ridiculous. Yeah. This next topic.
This is kind of good. This crude, but go for it. But it's true anyway.
So yeah, this one is a racial topic, and we know those are always tense.
Ooh.
Because some of your white friends never liked Black people, just you.
Ooh, that's touchy.
Listen,
Very. It is. It is.
I ain't touching. It's the truth. It is true.
It is. It is.
If the Obama administration and now this administration have taught us nothing, if these last 12 years have taught us nothing, it is that race polarizes people, and it brings out a level of hatred and anger and fear that is absolute. I know people. I think I made the statement like, they can't be like this. They married to a Black person. I'm like, but you just is as racist and rude and mean. I'm like, you do know you talking about your own spouse, right? When you say, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about your spouse is Black, a whole Black person. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So absolutely.
I mean, I remember a whole group of ex-coworkers was mad at me because I said, if you say all lives matter or blue lives matter, you might as well delete yourself. Oh, they want to protest. I'm like, first of all, I ain't that big in, where I was working. I don't know. Do whatever you want to do. Nothing. And left, and deleted herself. I was like, well, that's what I wanted you to do. But deleted herself and then commenced to go on a rant on her page. I can't believe someone like that is working for a Christian university. I can't believe somebody like you working for a Christian university. Miss, I didn't see Black people when I went to school here. I don't forget nothing. A syllable. Yeah. You think I'm going to remember that?
It's real.
It's very real. I'm getting off of that. What you think? With I know you already kind of talking about it.
Go ahead.
Eunice.
No, it's real. It's one of those things that you stepping on toes either way. So you might as well just keep it all the way legit. They do like you, an individual Black person. Your family maybe because y'all may have grown up together or y'all had this moment, but it doesn't mean that they like all of Rashad and Terry and them and Shaquita and them. They don't like everybody. They just like you. And I think that if people would be more honest about it, then we can start moving towards something. It's okay to have your feelings or whatever, but they try and deny it. White people be like, no, I like all of y'all. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just like me and Jimmy. That's all.
All right.
So.
That's one of those things that I know is becoming we're talking about it more now, talking about it a lot.
Yeah.
Even the stuff that we still see people walking down the street saying and doing, and it's like, yeah, we can call this out, but I don't think it's really going to change anything, because the people we call it out to are usually the ones that don't really need to hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, that's the thing that happens a lot with when we talk about race relations. We talk about it a lot amongst ourselves when it's really, we don't need to be taught about it.
Yeah.
To some extent, but we've been taught to keep our cool, to love everybody, we normally as a whole, we can say we don't get taught hate, even though we get taught to put up with hate and be taught not to hate back.
Yeah.
Most of us.
Yeah. It's a learned behavior. It's conditional. We've been, like you said, you have been conditioned, and we're taught to always say the right thing. Now we have to add it to our sons. And when you get stopped, there's a certain criteria. You have to do this, 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 and that. And people don't understand the frustration, the pain, and the in depth, the psychological thing that comes with that. And then again, for a statement like this, and people will really be arguing you down, like, no, I like all people. No, you don't. You have no idea. You have
Right.
no idea what it is like to raise Black children and to be Black in America.
Mhm.
I think the part that what this let's start George Floyd forward is really making me understand is that there's a level of, like, I could understand you saying, no, I can't understand it, but I'll give you a pass. Let me say that with somebody saying, I don't see racism anymore. I can give you a pass because if you live in a certain, because understanding you pretty much live in a world where everybody looks like you, sounds like you, thinks like you, but George Floyd forward, I don't have any excuse. I can't rock with you if if I show you this thing that happens and says this is an example of the difference, and the only and all of the events that have happened since,
Yeah.
and the only thing you can come back with is they should have complied. No, this is an actual systematic issue when you compare differences between how Black people are treated versus how everybody else is treated. Like there's a huge difference between a Dylan Roof who gets to go to Burger King and the gentleman in Kenosha who gets shot in front of his children. Like they're two totally different.
Totally different.
That we are treated and that we are seen and that people experience us without ever even meeting us. Like that's what it really boils down to. Like Alyssa says, there is fear, but you approach me with fear without ever even meeting me, knowing anything about me. You just assume that when you see Black, you see violence, you see animals, you see somebody who's less than, somebody who doesn't comprehend. So you treat me and debase me and treat me like I'm somebody who's less than, but you don't do that to everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't do that to everybody else.
At all.
So, yeah. Let me get off my soapbox.
This one's touchy, y'all. It's hard to, you're passionate about it because we're living it, and this is nothing that we're reading about in books. We are living this generationally, and we're having to teach our children and teach ourselves on what to do and what not to do. And even when you teach, you're still not prepared. I'm sure he was not prepared to die when he went out. I'm sure, you know what I'm saying? All these people that are dying, I'm sure they weren't prepared to deal with any of that stuff. So it doesn't even matter how much you educate yourself, how passionate, how rightly perspective you put your feelings, your emotions. It's still a big deal, and people are downplaying it like it's not a big deal. This is real life going on. Every day we walk out there, we're targets.
Yep. And I think for my white friends, my thinking goes back to, I've said this to several of them. Even if you don't understand it, the fact that you see me in this level of pain should let you know that something is wrong. Like I ain't just making this stuff up.
Yes.
You ain't all just walking around here like, hey, let's protest just for the sake of we ain't just out, you know what I mean? Like we ain't got nothing better else to do.
Right.
So you say you love me, but you see me going through this and you do nothing, and you don't even say, how can I help or nothing? Like,
and even to go deeper than that, some people can feel compassion. You can feel compassion for people that's in another country, worlds away.
Yes.
You can't walk down the street civilly or without feeling some type of way about your neighbor because of the color of their skin. It's really weird. Alyssa had another point about says, were you going to face the pop back of, well, I don't like all white people either. I know that's not the point, but can you clarify for those that might be watching and thinking that?
Face to pop back. I don't like all white people either.
Mm.
I don't think I understand what she mean. So I
Like,
would say
they don't. A white person doesn't have to like all black people if black people don't have to like all white. If a black person wouldn't have to like all white people.
Okay, so the statement implies equality, first of all. So let's start there. So that statement implies that there's an equality and an even playing field, and that I don't live that black people live in a space that is equivalent to white people, and we don't. So do black people like all white people? Let me ask the question. First of all, most black people are scared of white people. Let's just be clear.
Speak that.
Most black people are absolutely afraid. We are taught on the job, we have to acquiesce to you. We're taught in public, we have to let you get away with demeaning us. We are taught that we have to lessen ourselves so we don't scare you. Our women are taught that they can't say nothing to you because if they do, then they're angry black woman. So we might not love all white people. But the question, my statement to that would be, have all white people been loving enough for us to be able to do that? If my introduction to you has been that you harm me, you hate me, you shoot me, you don't want anything to do with me, you telling me to go back to where you stole me from, how can that's abusive? You know what I mean? So soapbox over.
No, you're right. Let me tag you in. You are absolutely correct. That's unfair to even try and get someone to articulate themselves to say that, because it's not the same. We're talking from, I'm 40, 41, and we weren't taught the same. We weren't raised the same. It was never the same. So to ask someone to refigure their conditions and their environment and a lifestyle, there's no way. It's just not going to happen. We can't go back to from birth up until now. Like I said, this is 40 years of conditioning. Like you said, angry black woman, men, inferiority, and the complexes that come with black and white. You can't erase that. Mm-hmm. Yet we're talking generations and generations of learned behavior and thinking and reactions and responses and trying to survive and live and thrive. There's no way. It's not even a conversation. I'm sorry. It's just not.
I agree. I'll go ahead. No,
I was gonna read it. Go ahead.
Read them.
Okay. Erica says, I'm sorry. They don't want to. They don't want to change the narrative. How do we change their narrative? The question. Kelly says a bad choice should not be a death sentence for us. If it's a crime, then process me through the steps. Don't just kill me and move on. Yep.
Respect.
Yep. Alyssa says they downplay it because if they admit it, they have to face that they are at fault as well. There's fear there too. Yes. Growth is painful and scary. It's easier to look the other way or hide from it. Yeah, but see, my question is this though. Like in this instance, what are you? The thing that you are afraid of is the thing that you caused. Like
right.
Seriously.
So I mean, but
it's when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, their fear of us, which is what makes them hate us so much. I mean, there's other races, other cultures have been through things, but the level of just generational deprivation from year 1 to year 2020, like we can't even stop it. I mean, the level of that, the torture and the torment and the psychological abuse that you have caused a whole race to
come
on. Some things we've gotten unconsciously. Some things we've gotten that has been beaten into us because of the level of racism that we have to endure. So it's it's tough.
You're right. You're right. But you know what's interesting? This is my belief. Not all, and y'all correct me if y'all disagree. I think that the majority of Black Americans would respond. And please, if y'all in the comments disagree, tell me you disagree too. Or if white America said we were wrong, we are sorry. Here is how. Let's repair what we did. We know that what we did to you was wrong. We know what we did to you was we took everything from you. So we're going to do stuff, start doing things, and start actually doing them to repair. I think the majority of Black America be like, cool, let's have a barbecue.
I don't think they do that.
I mean, we can have a barbecue, but I mean, like, I don't think people go shooting it. Like, they act like we gonna do it to them what they did to us. Like,
right?
The majority's not, I don't think so.
That's basically, to me, that's basically like reparations. Like, if you
exactly what it is.
If you gave us reparations, then the conversation would be very different, and you would at some point level the playing field, even if it's not level right now.
Yeah.
At some point, you would level the playing field. It's been done. That's why they do it. But except for somebody here at home.
Kelly says, if we were talking about dogs instead of humans in the stories, white people would get it. If you put your knee on a dog's neck for 8 minutes, the person would be under the jail before the sun went down.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Tanya says, if they shot a dog the way they shot Blake, there would be a huge outcry. They understand that and have empathy, but not for us. Facts. Alyssa, have you seen the commercial? Yes, I've seen this commercial that shows the Black judge walking through his day, being put down and avoided until he's in his role. Powerful. Yeah, but can you imagine?
That's
can you
very good commercial.
Yeah, but can you imagine? No, I can imagine because I know the massive amounts of trauma that this man has to sit there and process every day just to make it to work, and then to get to work and have to still do his job effectively while trying to process what just happened, and then realizing once he takes his robes off and leaves this building, he's going right back into what just happened to him again. Like it, that to me says like, Jesus.
And but let's be clear, we're living it though. But let's be clear, not to cut you off, Kels, but we're living it. So we're not judges. We live it every single day. We are living it. My son, we went to drop off a rental today in McKinney. Okay, I work in McKinney. I saw the police. He was behind me. I'm in the rental. Immediately when I saw it, you know what I'm saying? But not even for me, because I know my son is 19 with dreads. You know what I'm saying? The windows are tinted. He's got an Oklahoma tag. What do you think happened? Police pulls up behind him. He turns because this is what I'm talking about. He turns just hoping that the police follows me instead of him. Who you think he followed?
Him.
So I get around the corner to Enterprise Rent-A-Car and I'm texting his girlfriend like, y'all good? Y'all good? I saw the police. It shouldn't even have to be like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be but you know what I'm saying? That's what we have to go through. Man, come on. That needs to be a conversation. If you want to talk about that, redoing that, rephasing that and paying some reparations on that, then we can talk about some chicken and some barbecue. Yeah.
An apology always opens up something. Because, it shows a level of respect.
Yes.
When you watch all these, I was watching, The Tax Collector yesterday. I don't know if y'all saw that movie. But when you watch those old gangster movies and things like that, when gangsters can get along by just showing each other respect, and it's so hard with different races. Like, it's just, to me, it should be more simple.
Yeah.
For us to try to fix this than it is, but
it's not.
It's not.
Alyssa says, I remember when it hit me what white privilege meant. My man and I walked into a restaurant. He told me how uncomfortable it made him feel when people stared at us because of our race. I was so conditioned to not care that was all he saw and felt. That's all the people in the restaurant probably saw and felt.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. They're guilty their guilt says we should do to them what they did to us.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's how you feel. That's for darn sure.
Woo! The truth.
Touch
gonna-
it, baby.
It's a tough one, but we got to. I mean, we know we're gonna keep having these conversations because at some point we got to have them. They're gonna be more uncomfortable because we got to have them with the people we need to have them with.
There you go.
We got to have them with good old boys. That's where you got to start. It got to be one or two of them in the club. They got a heart, and you got to start with them, and you got to let them help you spread that message. But until you get the good old boys, the kumbaya won't happen.
Thank you.
It could at least be respectful to me to acknowledge an apology.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next topic, one of our good old topics about social media from our very own Lilith says, okay, so over the last 48 hours or so, my feed has been covered in folks unfriending people. I haven't posted about mine, but I've hit the button myself in the last few days. So I'm curious, what is your criteria for unfriending someone on social media? Does that auto translate to real life?
Ooh.
The last question, that's the good one right there.
That's good.
That's a good question right there.
Mm.
I'm gonna go ahead and start with you, Eunice. What do you think about that? Are you in a season of unfriending?
I'm not. I've done that. I think I've plowed through those. I've put a lot of time into my platform. So I screen it a little bit better. At one point, it was just like everybody's friends. And over time, just me evolving and changing things in my own personal life, I don't really have the need to unfriend as much because there's a nice little unfollow button. Not that it really matters, but I don't. My criteria, my criteria is just blatant disrespect. And if it's disregarded, if you disrespect my friends, that I have like a no tolerance for that, because I have friends that are believers. I have people that are not. I have people that believe in meditation and crystals and all the good stuff, and they believe in Jesus. I have some that don't. I have some that are Muslim. I have some that are transsexual. I have a plethora of friends, and I don't do hate, period. And if a person says something, I try not to make issues that are controversial, first of all, but when it's just something and it comes out, my tolerance is like zero. So I will say, hey, inbox you. But if it's blatant disrespect to one of my friends, then I usually, I'd let them go, because I want people to have a place where they can be free. Now, in real life, how does that translate to real? We have so many people. Again, I have a plethora of different people that have different backgrounds. I think I'm more tolerant as long as, again, it's not blatant disrespect. Like if we're out and I have a friend that is a lesbian that we're hanging out and someone blatantly disrespects them, then we're going to have some problems, because that's a human at the end of the day. Who cares? Whatever their gender, whatever that is. So my tolerance is pretty much, it's across the board on social media and off social media. But I can tend to overlook comments or delete comments or unfollow, on social media. When it's blatantly in your face, you kind of have to handle it. So you can't make it across the board because it's a different type of situation. So I haven't unfriended people in a very long time because I'm more selective about who I let on now.
Okay. What about you, Wynn?
In my younger days, I was Martin. I was nonviolent. Can we all just get along? Now I'm closer to Malcolm.
Uh-oh.
I have my level of allowing disrespect is diminishing. And I agree. I'm like Eunice, like I have people across the spectrum, and you all know, because I like to ask questions, I welcome everybody, everything. And so I want that, but I will not allow disrespect. And you all see, even in the scoop, like I want the debate. I'm fine with debate, but I don't want you calling no woman no female dog, that kind of stuff. So there's certain things, like you said, that I just can't. I can't have you talking about, even though, again, however you feel about people's sexual preferences. You're not going to disrespect them in front of me. Those
No.
people are image bearers of God. So guess what? We're going to treat them with that same level of respect. And in my off of social media, it's the same way. I talk about in my teaching and my sermons, I say and have said, you will not disrespect transgender people in my presence, because these are God's people. So I think for me, I unfriend people based on that. And I unfriend people who don't know how to have healthy, or no, excuse me, there's some people out there now who want to like pick on Christians. Let's just call it what it is. I love to, because y'all been taught that we was punks, and I'm of the table flipping, brood of vipers, cut an ear off.
My bad, Jesus.
Part of the Christian club. So,
Look at Jeff.
I'm not like her. Now this one here, no, this one, I'm not that. Yeah, I'll be like, Jesus Lord, but I'm pretty close. Like, so there is just like, I just can't do that. Like, you don't even have to like Christianity. You can, white man, whatever. That could be your opinion all day. Just don't disrespect it. Don't dishonor it. Don't be out here talking crazy and then expecting me to respect you. Mm-hmm. So, and then if I see somebody who does that a lot, I might try to. And the third thing, business. Oh, help me, Holy Ghost. If you are a business owner and I see that everything you post is rude and mean, and I gotta let you go, because I don't want to be associated with business people like that. Like, I'm trying to grow a $1 billion company, and you out here calling your customers names on social media and putting their business out there and tell them, I can't roll with you, and I don't want people to think I'm associated with
you. Exactly. I don't know if I was actually in a season of unfriending, but there have been trolls that I have allowed to troll because of my Tell the Truth Tuesday. I've allowed them to have space. One, because one of them I thought was an older guy, and I just felt like, I thought he was older, so I thought I was giving him some type of respect, let him say his little opinion. In those instances, I would say they probably thought I was a peaceful, I don't know. Maybe they never saw the school part, really saw me in real life, but that I was just, going to take stuff. So yeah, I think I'm in that season where I don't tolerate much, but I'm also in that season where, like, I will make an example out of somebody. So no, I haven't unfriended people, but I have embarrassed them until where they unfriend themselves.
Unfriend you.
Yeah, they unfriend themselves. I want them to get off Facebook when I'm done. But I'll still for a simple friend.
Yeah, I did that today. I was petty today.
You see what Shaw said when you talked about Martin? He said, "Yeah, I'm like Martin too, Martin Lawrence." Now get that tickled me.
I'm completely for debates, you know what I mean? Like, and put your opinions, but I think there's just a level of, like, we should just treat people, just honor people.
Yeah.
I honor me. I don't have a problem with you disagreeing with me. Just
respect.
Like I was saying about the last sentence, the last question about does it translate into real life? I think it just depends. Like, some of the people that I know that blocked me, or the few people I've had to block, that probably translated into real life. I probably, if it got to a point to where I had to block you, then we probably need to see each other in real life. To that point. But I think it kind of does. Even when we say it doesn't, if you friends with somebody, especially real life friends, long-term friends, if they unfriend you on Facebook, it's gonna be something. Or social media, you, they block you, they unfollow you, it's gonna be something. So yeah, to me, yes, it pretty much translates into real life because if you're feeling some type of way, we're on social media a lot. I read my tracker. I average 8 hours a day on social media. That's like being at work. So you know people. So if they unfriend you, yeah, it's some of that is translating into real life.
Yeah, I've been unfriended before. I think that's why I was petty today. I ain't gonna lie. I had to tell Jesus my bad. I was petty. He was unfriending me and doing other stuff, so I had to put it out there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even, to be honest, like
the petty. Like we're the commandment on petty.
I usually don't even I've been unfriended until they pop up and my friend suggests it's like, but we was already
Yeah.
And then something like lately, I think I asked somebody, I wonder what I did to get unfriended today. Like I didn't even post nothing bad. I've been
it been a long time ago. You
don't be knowing.
One of your questions, I'm telling you, I know what I told you about that story. What about childhood friends? We enemies now because of a Facebook question. Tuesday.
I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, and like I said, I'm the type of person, if you got a problem with me, I got a bigger problem with you. I don't even know it don't matter what the problem is. If you got a problem with me, now I have a huge problem with you. I'm madder. I'm madder than you. So yes, now my ancestors don't like yours. We're enemies forever.
Oh.
Alyssa says I avoid all of the negativity, which there are some days where you can do that. I totally feel that. Nene says to protect my peace. To protect my peace in scrolling, I will mute, unfollow, and block. Real life, I don't give energy to people that don't deserve my energy.
Yeah.
You know, and what's crazy is media has always been like that, though. Even if we was in college, Nene was probably the one who would try to scroll past or stroll past. Ready to get it.
When I offend a person or block them, it's in real life. Old friends I block, bet I have a flat tire and expect me to stop. Shanorma says, I have zero tolerance for disrespect and racism. I've been unfriending a lot of people. In real life, I do not deal with them at all. I do not want the negativity in my circle nor around me. My peace will not be disturbed. I know that's right.
Yes.
Jesus had 2 cheeks. I know that's
right. Hey, actually, you got 4.
Jesus
had 4 cheeks too.
Yeah,
depends on how you look at it. That's true. 4.
I wouldn't turn to them. Listen to
Them can take more lips though. Them can. Let me.
We got the bishop coming on. Stop. For sure. A lot of people these days translate to distancing beyond the recommended 6 feet in real life. Yeah. Sharonda, this is a good one. You're right. Sharonda says it's good to check people's pages to see what they're on before you friend them. That's true.
Yeah.
True.
And that's a good tip. Sharonda, I'm about to start doing that, girl. Because I
do that. Like sometimes you'll only see certain things. So usually I'll then go to look to see who our mutual friends are, and if our mutual friends are super petty, I'll be like,
not gonna do it.
If we got 200 or 300 mutual friends, I'll be like, they went to Langston Excel. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, who has 300 mutual friends? You got to be cool.
Right. So he said, I'm a bishop. I don't know that I'm unfriended until they send me another request or suggesting friends. But guess what? I'm not accepting any new requests, so you'll stay unfriended.
Boom.
Yeah, I agree. She said, "Kels, you right, but they don't deserve the other 2 cheeks." Amen.
Them can take a lick and keep on ticking. No, that's all I'm
saying. We got 2 more.
Okay.
We got 2 more in 5 minutes, so we don't get through them all. It's okay.
Okay. Let's do the kids eating the virtual, since we were talking about that earlier. So there's a post about a child in the virtual school, and it says my son got hungry, so I gave him a snack. His teacher is gonna say how he can't eat, and before I knew it, I yelled from the kitchen, "Girl, he is at home, honey." And then there was silence. It said, These comments have me confused because the teacher is right. This needs to feel like a school schedule and eating during class is not appropriate. The obvious answer is to feed the child before or between classes. That would be the case at, I'm sure, normal school. So, Wayne, I'm gonna let you go first. As you were talking about virtual school today.
This is true.
Listen, I tried to keep to the school schedule, but when my son was like, "Can I have a snack?" I'm like, "Go and get it," you know. I thought about this too, like, "Ooh, should I be doing this?" I thought about this.
Did I do it?
But I mean, first of all, in a normal, there's nothing normal about what we going through now.
Thank
so
you.
For me, it's like anything we could do to make this easier, this more healthy. Now, if the kid is in there smacking and not paying attention, that's with their feet up, licking, and that's okay. I might understand that. But if you just eating a snack and you paying attention, let the baby eat their wheat thins. Come on.
Thank you.
What's the big deal? Like, was the teacher right? Yeah. Now, I will say, clearly, these are Black people that did this because, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is something my mama would do.
Yep.
I'm going to feed my baby. So,
Yep.
my thing is like, again, it's not that big of a deal. Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Let them eat. Let the kid eat.
Yeah. I can agree to it. I mean, I can see what they're saying about keeping them on the schedule. I think it depends on the child. Like, to me, if your child is one that want a snack when it's bedtime. The ones who just trying to eat because they don't want to listen or they just want to get up. So I don't think it's a big deal, but I guess because I'm a person that has to have structure, I know how. Shoot, I had to put myself on the schedule just being at home and at work.
Yeah.
It would just definitely have to be case by case, but I would try my best to keep them on the schedule, especially for these kids that are just doing virtual school for 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Y'all know babies, you got to keep them, semi to what they may have to go through when they get back to school. So I can understand trying to keep them on the schedule. No, I don't think it's a big deal, but unless I see them like throwing a tantrum or about to cry or something, I probably would try to hold off until they have a break. What you think, Eunice?
Child, girl, honey, that was me. That's that parent. If you don't let this baby eat this food and go and get out of here, get out of my face with this and teach the class, so I'm that parent. That's me. But and the thing is, I have older kids too, so I already have an attitude because mine is 12 and up. I think about, the little ones, I probably would still be like, girl, if you don't tell them what they spelling words is today and quit playing, okay, you don't worry about what I got going on over here. Do you pay a bill? I would have went out. Don't worry about what we got going over here. We can eat all the snacks we want to. Matter of fact, here you go. Eat another one. I'm going to sit and eat a snack with you. What are you teaching today? That ain't right. I know it ain't right. I'm just keeping it real. I'll be the girl. Don't you say nothing else about my kid.
I think it just depends because I thought another good point that someone brought up too about with it being virtual. If your kid is eating snacks, the other children might not have snacks. I mean, they may not understand that. To make some rules are just there for political correctness. Everything is not about we trying to harm your kids or we trying to, make them be tough. Some stuff is just there for political correctness. Some rules are just there. So I don't know. I'll probably lean more toward the structure just because I don't like smacking and they probably gonna be smacking. I'll be like, no, can't nobody. So cut your camera. I'll be talking back to the parent. Cut your camera off because I don't want to hear y'all chewing.
My kids would mute me because they know I'm gonna say something. Oh Lord, she done said something about snake. Never mind, Mama. She was just playing.
Yeah. So I'll be like, no snacks, none. But no, I don't think it's a big deal.
No.
All right. Well, go ahead, Kels.
Oh no, we ain't gonna try to squeeze that last one.
We'll do that later.
we're getting ready to bring on Bishop Martin.
Actually, we could actually, if y'all want to, we can use that question to start off our segment with Bishop Martin because it's kind of into the topic. So that's what we'll do. All right.
Okay.
So you gonna end? Oh, I guess it's me, huh? All right. So this segment was brought to you by Curvy Kitten.
I did at the beginning. You forgot.
I know you did, but I don't listen. This is Q's part, so I'm not. I'm used to Q y'all ending. I'm sitting by now.
That's my bad. I didn't get the memo.
You all right? Yeah.
All right. Real quick before we jump into our second half of the show. So we are Scoop Nation. We have chosen the Back to My Roots 5K that's coming up October 10th to be our community service project. So if you would like to help us, she needs 30 volunteers, and I believe we have 19. So we need a few more volunteers to help with the Back to My Roots 5K. October 10th. If you have kids can participate and help as well. So please consider coming out and help us. If more information, again, you can either contact myself or Kels, or if you see the flyer that says info@btmrclothing.com, and Lakeitha will get you the information that you need. But again, we want to make sure we support this. This is for a good cause, and so we definitely want to support this. Also, even though she is not here, y'all make sure you get your Elegance by Design, especially get you some of that good sexy shea butter. Elegance by Design with the Z.com. And it's going to have your skin, your hair, your feet, everything that you need right. Have your beard. Yeah, I use it in the beard. Yep. So get it together. Get on there and get the big bottle. $13. Come on. And it lasts a long time. Fellas, there's some scents on there that are for us. So it's winter time, big fella. Thank me later. So get you over that. So elegancebydesign.com. Yeah. So now we're going to move into our second half of the show. One more. If you're not a part, thank you. I always forget my own. The Little Black Book of Business. If you are a business owner and you are looking to be a part of a group of business owners who are committed to quality customer service and committed to providing good service, good product, then you need to be a part of the Little Black Book of Business today. You can sign up by going to patreon.com/LBBOB or see me if you have more questions. All right, so we're going to get into our second half of the show. This half of the show, we're going to be, we have as our guest, my big brother. He's also the pastor of, Lord is changed the name, Champions All Nations Church in War Acres, Oklahoma. He's the founding pastor. He's the bishop. He is the saxophone playing person. How you pass out worship person. He is also having a conference coming up here where I'm one of the speakers in October that y'all need to sign up for, a singles conference. Bishop Charles Martin. So we're good to have him tonight. And we're going to talk about men maturing in relationships. So ladies, get y'all questions. Fellas, get your questions. Start talking them. Yeah. For those who don't know, Bishop Martin is my dude. So
he's
good
awesome.
to have you, sir. Good to have you.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Bishop.
How are you? I'm glad. Hey, you guys sounding really good. You guys are cracking me up. Really good content. Hey, can you see me?
We can see you.
To see you.
We got you. Can you hear us?
Can y'all see me?
We can see you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
Okay,
see
because I can't see you anymore. I could see you at first. Do you? I'll just
Log
go off
on.
of whatever it sounds like, or you want me to re-log in?
Yeah, log off and log back in real quick.
You probably can't hear us either.
Right. Can you hear us?
I don't think so.
I don't think you can hear us.
Okay, you want me to?
There you go. I just Look, I just logged
Can
in.
log him off. Can log back in.
Sorry, Bishop. No. We'll use this question here to start us off with him when he comes back.
Okay.
So the question is, for those who are here, is the question. A lot of men want to be at the height of their career before marriage and fear that having a wife will distract them from their goals. The irony is that lots of men who achieve greatness throughout history did so with a woman by their side. The right one won't be a burden. So we want to talk about men maturing in relationships is what we're talking about tonight. All right, hold on. All right. Got us
Okay.
now?
Yeah, I can see you now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. I can see you guys too.
All right. Did you hear the question that I just read off?
I actually, I think I saw it on the screen. Could you read it again for me, sir?
Yes, sir. It said that a lot of men want to wait till the height of their career in order for marriage. Hold on, what did it say? Height of their career for marriage, in fear of having a wife that will distract them from their goals. The irony is that lots of men who achieve greatness throughout history did so with a woman at their side. The right one will not be a burden. So we're talking about relationship maturity for men, what that process looks like. What are your thoughts about it? And then, of course, ladies, kind of your experiences with it. What's your thoughts? What's your questions? Let's go.
Yes, sir. Well, I think on the onset for me, if you guys will let me go first, is how can there be mutual appreciation for what we've built if I build it first and I bring somebody else on board later?
Mm.
It's something beautiful about a woman helping a man build something, and then they build a mutual appreciation for what has been built, and also they can build in their children. They choose to have children. And I think that when we do something together, it brings out the worst and the best in us. And we can learn one another better if we build together. I'll never forget being in Dallas World Airport, DFW Airport, and I was watching, and I don't think that he would mind me calling his name, but I was watching Emmett Smith speaking with a young lady, and I remember I had heard through media that he had been considering a wife. This was probably early in his career, and I remember watching Emmett Smith talking to a young lady, and I can tell by her body language, her facial expression, her posture, and from her disposition, that he may have been considering her for dating or perhaps to be a wife or whatever. And I remember thinking in my mind years ago in the airport, looking at the multimillionaire being considered by that young lady and also him considering her. I would hate to have that problem of having to choose someone who may or may not love me for what and who I am as opposed to what I have.
Mm.
And my greatest desire in couples and in single people is that they find out what they are and find out who they are.
Yeah.
What I am is a man, and what I am is a pastor. What I am is a father. What I am is a builder. A man is a builder from the waist up. He's a giver from the waist down. A woman is a receiver from the waist down, and she's a nurturer from the waist up. We all have what we uh, are, and then we have who we are. Who
Mhm.
I am is more vast. It's more in depth than what I am. I'm a man, but I have very distinct individuality. A lot of men uh, love females, but they hate a woman.
Mm.
Mm.
They love the cleavage. They love the look. They love her femininity, but they don't love her individuality. She may be like other women, but she's a person. She's an individual. She has a whole set of likes and dislikes that he must get to know. And so when we over appreciate what a person is and underappreciate who a person is, then there's conflict in a relationship, and you can't build together. When you build together, you get to know what that person is, and you get to know who that person is. Most women don't study what a man is. They just assume that this man is the same man as my mother had, the same man as my aunt had, the same man as my girlfriend had. When in essence, who he is only a added increase of what he is. And once a woman knows and masters finding out what a man is and really studies what he is physiologically, what is he physically, what is he mentally, what is he emotionally, you just found out what a man is. Now you can build. Now let's find out who this man is. And once there's a cross pollination of what a man is with who a man is and who a man is with what a man is, she really begins to understand what manhood is. And now all of the questions that women have and the dysfunction and the frustration and the anger and hostility of what women may have towards men when they find out what he is and then who he is, a lot of those questions are answered. And now you can not look over anything that bothers you, but you can understand it and begin to change it with an educated approach. Same thing with men. If you found out what a woman is, most men don't know what a woman is. They may know what women they may know the attributes of a woman. They may know the general characteristics of a woman, but they haven't studied it. And really, if people would educate themselves on what a woman, this is what I grew up around all women. And most women, not all women, but most of them, at night their temperature drops. It can be 72 degrees and she feels colder. Most women, like my mother, like I was with my mother yesterday for Memorial Day, for Labor Day, and certain time of night, my sister and my mother was on the couch. They got cold. It's cold in here. No, it ain't. It's the same temperature as it was, but their temperature changes at a certain time. Every man ought to study what a woman is physiologically, so he won't criticize her, so he won't be upset at her, so he won't be critical of her. And then that's what a woman is. But then find out who she is, because not all women's temperature drops. Some women get hot at night. Some women are taking the covers off. Some women are putting them on. So I think that when we want a wife, I think she ought to be there for the building stages, and I think that she ought to contribute, and I think she ought to buy in, and I think there ought to be investments from both parties, and I think that they ought to celebrate one another. I think they ought to celebrate milestones together. I think that there needs to be buy-in. I think that there need to be lucrative benefits for her if a business grows financially. And I think a man ought to generate and appreciate her own personal finances, her own personal development of capital, and celebrate that. And it takes a process, in my opinion. But I think a woman ought to be there for the ride, for the whole thing. And then sometimes a guy doesn't meet that that right fit. And then I think that he ought not showcase his wealth in those interim seasons of meeting a woman, even though he's tempted because he wants to show his best foot forward, and is part of the vetting process, is part of his game. But he needs to be so developed as who he is that he puts on the table who he is and what he is, and she can love that, and then introduce his wealth, then introduce maybe he has a little kid or something, or a child, or a grown older teenager. But a man, we are so vast as human beings, we so busy playing games. A woman wants to showcase what she thinks is what she has to offer of on the table, when in essence, a real man is looking for her personality. He's looking for her individuality. He's looking for her taste, Her like and I love to say this, and I'm gonna shut up. Uh, for instance, all of us, Winfred, have style.
Yeah.
God gave everybody. He gave everybody a design. And like last time I seen Winfred, Winfred was so that brother was dressed. The brother had a bow tie on, had a suit, well trimmed beard, handsome as necessary. And I'm like, that dude right there, man, he put the suit on. But it was because Winfred is designed for that kind
Mm.
of look. Not every man can get away with what he's designed for. So
Wow.
watch this, y'all. Fashion is the distance between design and style.
Mm.
And that goes for relationships. All of us are designed. What we are is our design. Who we are is our style.
Mm.
So men need to celebrate what a woman is. And a woman can find out that by the way he treats his mother. And then and then a woman needs to find out who a man is by maybe trying to find out a little bit about his father, find out about what his likes and dislikes are, find out what his taste is, find out what his style is. Watch the way he walks, watch the way he treats money. Does he respect money? Does money
Mhm.
respect him? And so there's a plethora of uh, attitudes that we need to have towards someone we just meet, and try to determine, do I want to build with this person?
Okay.
You have a question? Either one of you have a question?
I'm taking notes.
Here's my question to you. So I everything you said was on point. Um, I I think one of the things um, that I see a lot of is I see a lot of brothers who are uh, at the beginning stages, and we're very immature early on because we really don't know, and we're trying to figure out that how do we get to becoming the man that we think that we really are. And so even into our 30s, 30s, 40s,
Right, right.
what are some of the things that you see or that you would say to that young man who is trying to become the man that he sees in his head that he should be, but is like maybe not there or doesn't even not know how to get there?
I think one thing, Winfred, is a man needs to master the art of being by himself.
Yeah.
I'm still learning it. I was married 25 years, and my wife, she, uh, being a pastor's wife is not an easy job. It is like,
Whew.
and plus, when I started pastoring, we were so young. And of course, I had that workaholic thing. And my wife, this is the word she told me when she told me she wanted a divorce. She says, you're an awesome father and you're an awesome husband, but I cannot be married to you in the church anymore.
Oh. Mm.
And what was happening was the people was expecting her to be the first lady when she just wanted to be
Yeah,
who
right.
she was.
Yeah.
Yes.
She just wanted to be who she was. And I was just now learning what she was because I grew up in a household of beautiful black women. And so with me, Winford, I'm learning how to be by myself. Like, I'm in this house. This house is uh 41. This house is 4,100 square feet. And I'm the only one here. I'm by myself. And I'm just now getting comfortable in this space. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you look up at your ceiling, and the Bible says the man is not good for man to be alone.
Yes.
And so I am constantly cultivating my all oneness, alone, all one. That's really what alone is, all one. Am I all one yet? I'm still getting there. I'm still
Mm.
learning. Uh, uh, I'm still, I'm taught myself to cook, how to cook. I keep my house really clean. Just things I'm learning, and I'm studying what I'm going to need in a woman. I'm studying it because because when I first started in my marriage, all I knew was how to love, 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 romance, 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 romance. But after a while, a woman, she needs other things, you
Yeah.
know. And
Okay.
we grew what we had together, but I didn't grow as a human being. I grew spiritually because I'm a spiritual leader. And I grew spiritually, Winford, but I did not grow as a human being. There'd be
Wow.
times that we would be in Hawaii. I would be ministering in Hawaii. She'd be there in Hawaii. The kids are on the beach. She's on the beach, and I'm fasting and praying
Hmm.
like a dummy. When I'm acting like God want me on a fast, but we in Hawaii. I should have been getting some sand in my booty crack like everybody else, and just trust God when I get in the pulpit.
Yes.
Trust God that He would anoint me still. But I
Right.
was fasting and praying, and I take a little time out for the kids. It was just being stupid, you
Yeah.
know. And I know that now. So now I know that when I get married next time, you know, when I go on a ministry trip someplace that's beautiful, I'm gonna take time. I'm gonna be on the beach, you
Yes.
know, have me some strawberry whatever, and have fun. And
Yeah.
so, but that's what I think is important, Winfred. I think that men have to master the beauty of being what he is, not just who he is, what he is. And I'm learning what I am. And for a long time, I'm a healer. I'm an instrumentalist. I love seeing people grow. I love people. I love ministering to people. I like seeing people pray. I love seeing people being good parents. I love seeing marriages healed. I love seeing people get off drugs. I love seeing people, but that's who I am. That's not what I am.
Hmm.
What I am is a man. I need, I need eat. I need to eat. I need sex. I need love.
That's right.
I need wisdom. I love to learn. My brain is greedy, you
Hmm.
know. And so when you learn about those things and you have to manage, I can't just be having sex. I got to manage my impulses. I got to keep myself busy, so
Yeah.
I don't get caught up, and then I got to play good defense because I have a church full of beautiful women and I got to keep them all at arm's length,
Hmm.
so I can minister to them. I don't want to lose my capacity to minister to a woman because I let her get too close.
Wow.
So it's a
Woo.
balancing act.
And that's
It,
Man.
it's
Yeah.
a balancing act because I don't want when the Lord blesses me with a wife, I don't want to have to, oh, well, I got to delete Shelly, I got to delete Sarah, I got to delete, and then have to deal with they and then looking at their face, and I didn't allow myself to get too comfortable and too close and didn't make it clear. Like I made an announcement in my church 2 Sundays ago. I said, listen, y'all. I said, I said, don't none of y'all be coming to this church for me. Y'all come here for
That's right.
God. And the whole church, oh, and they gave me a standing ovation, but I didn't do it for a standing ovation. But they was glad to hear that their pastor had a pure heart. I'm not perfect, but I had a pure heart when
That's
it
right.
came to people come to my church. I don't want her to be thinking that might be my husband. No, I'm your bishop. I'm your pastor.
Yeah.
I'm here. If your son gets in a wreck, I'm gonna go to the hospital and pray for him. I'm not gonna be laid up in your house.
Mm.
You can't be bringing me sweet potato pie, in laid up on my couch when you
Uh-oh.
going you might need me next week. You might get a doctor's report from the can from
Come
the you might
on.
get a cancer report from the doctor, and I need to have enough spiritual altitude to go touch you and to pray for you and encourage your family. And
Yeah.
if I got the wrong kind of energy coming from me, she can't receive from me.
Come on now.
She like, nigga, you was at my house yesterday.
That's real.
Right. So that's what I, as a pastor who did not choose to be single, You know,
Yeah.
life chose this for me, and me and my wife are
Yes.
good. My ex-wife, we're good friends. We still love our kids. We take care. You know, my daughter just got married last Monday, and we had fun, laugh.
Congratulations.
But I have to thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
But I have to continue to nurture what I am, because if I pay too much attention to who I am, which is the pastor, which is the leader, you know, you know, your you know, 1,000 regular attenders come to your church. You got to know who people's names is. Sometimes you got to recognize people and give love to people, but at the same time, I'm a man,
Yeah,
and I need to protect my manhood, and I need to read. I need to spend time by myself, you know, stuff like that.
that's good.
So,
So I do have a question now. So
yes, ma'am.
if if men do feel like they need to have, or there's some men out there who feel like they need to have everything in order to look for a wife, um, is it do women need to prepare to see that in a man? Because I think that's where a lot of the miscommunication comes too. Because if we're taught that we don't need to settle for someone, or if we're at a certain place in our life, we don't want to settle for a man that's just beginning. But on the other hand, you do want somebody you can build with. So how do you draw that line in looking at somebody to see if, okay, is this the beginning, or is he just not, worth it?
Right. Well, I think I heard one lady say, I heard this. Actually, she's a friend of mine. She said she's a pastor too on the East Coast. She says, "I'm too old for potential.
Mm,
I need to have
say
somebody that's
it.
established in to some degree."
Mhm.
Because all of us are still developing, no matter how progressed we how much we progress, we still are all developing. So I understand. I definitely see what you're saying. Yes, you do need to prepare for development of someone that you meet, that you may want to get to know, but not to the point where it cripples your own progress.
That's good.
That's the line. That's where the line is drawn. As long as your development doesn't infringe on and weaken my own strength and what I've developed and what I've built individually, then we can talk. We can build together, because that means you're equally yoked.
Hmm.
The Bible says don't be unequally yoked. It's not just talking about spirituality. He's also talking about if a woman is good at paying bills. See, with me, I'm not great at paying bills. I'm good at making money. I have a couple businesses in addition to my pastorate. You know, I'm a wealth builder. I'm
Mm,
not a I'm not a credit establisher, and I'm not a bill payer. That's what somebody else, that's the contribution I want someone to make to me. I need a woman who can say, okay, this is how much money is in the bank. We're gonna pay this, and we're gonna invest this, and we're gonna save this. Because I believe in building wealth as opposed to just paying bills.
yeah.
So that's what I need in a woman. I need a woman that's smart enough to take and get everything paid on time. I'll make the deposit, and I don't, because I don't like right now. My dad died in September. I'm paying all of my dad's bills. I'm paying all of my mother's bills, and I'm managing 3 households right now. And so, but I am not a bill payer. I don't like 1 second of it, you know. And so, but I think a woman needs to know uh, where the line in the sand is. Because if
Yes.
his weaknesses begin to weaken your strengths, you guys will become unequally yoked. And the Bible says you're supposed to be equally yoked. A yoke was something that went around the neck of an ox. And if you get a big ox with a little
Hmm.
ox, that yoke is crooked. And so it's gonna weaken the strong ox, because he's having to walk in a way that he's not used to walking. So when the scripture says being equally yoked, that means that yoke needs to line up. Two
Yeah.
people should line up. They should complement one another.
Mm,
She should not just compliment him. He should compliment her. You know. Um, so I really do believe there has to be balance.
that's good.
Yeah.
I want to say something, Bishop. The thing that you said, I honor you first of all for being as transparent as you are about just your life and the talk about ministry. I'm in ministry, Winford's in ministry, so it's so refreshing to hear you talk transparently about
Yeah.
the ins and out of ministry and dating, because Winford and I have had this conversation for years as we've done that. So it's really refreshing to hear you just speak openly about it. I love that you said that you were nurturing who you are. What does that look like for a man? Because I mean, we're talking about, most men do want to have themselves together. They do want to be able to present well. Look at him, Winford. He's like, yeah. I don't know
Right.
if I guess so. My question is, what does it look like to balance out not making that your whole goal? Like, I'm not together yet, girl. Hold on. But she's
Right.
literally into you, and she's
Yeah.
willing to grow with you, and she's willing to build with you and heal with you or develop with you or whatever the case may be. So from a man's standpoint, what does that look like for you to be open and available to be nurtured in that aspect? What does that look like? Uh-oh, I think we lost him.
Yeah,
That was a hard question.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But
I think he cut out. Hold on.
Yeah.
but and then as long
you're cutting out.
as he is in that, because I got this together, I got that together. No, too many people are getting married because of monetary reasons and because of economic situations. People need to get back to getting married because they fall in love.
Yeah.
Some
You cut
people are
out at
not
the beginning.
open to another person enough to evaluate, can I fall in love with this person? Can I get to know this person? So this is the deal. Um, in order for a man to get to know himself, he needs to ask himself questions. And one of the exercises I give men that I counsel, I said, okay, I want you to write 10 things you like about yourself. Then I want you to write 10 things you love about yourself. Then I say this, write 10 ways you like to be treated by a woman. 10 ways you like to be treated by a woman. And then 10 ways you don't like to be treated by a woman. So here you got 40 things that he can evaluate. He can evaluate 10 things that he likes about himself, 10 things that he loves about himself, 10 10 ways he likes to be treated, and also he can write out 10 10 ways he doesn't like to be treated. And this gives him a wide range, a wide variety of knowing himself. This is who I am. I like this, I like that, and I don't like this. And if he can put that on the table to a woman to evaluate, and then she can begin to work towards those things, and then she can do the same. This is what I don't like to be treated. I don't like to be spoken to this way, and write it out clearly. He can look at it every day, and then this is what I like about myself. And pretty soon he can celebrate and applaud and appreciate what she likes about her, and begin to look, oh, okay, that is something that's beautiful about you. Well, who was it? Miles Monroe said, I think Miles Monroe said the beginning of abuse is not knowing the purpose of a thing.
Oh.
And if a man doesn't know the purpose of that particular woman, he'll instantly begin to abuse her gifts. He'll abuse the beautiful things that are about her, and he'll criticize things that are actually beautiful about her
Wow.
because he
Yeah.
don't understand her purpose. And so, for me, let me tell you what it looks like. I like walking in the grass with my shoes off. When I go outside, I'm what they call an empath. I'm connected to nature. I can
Yes.
feel everything. If you put me in a room, I can tell you what each person is feeling. I'm just that
Yes.
sensitive. And I'm so sensitive until sometimes I can't sleep if I'm not in the right environment before I go to bed, because I'm very
Yeah.
in tune with how people feel.
Yeah.
So when you put me outside and the birds are chirping and the crickets are making noise and the sun is beaming, the little breeze is blowing, and I'm pulling blackberries off my blackberry tree, I got blackberry juice going down my face, I'm at my happiest. But I had to learn that about myself because
Hmm.
I didn't grow up in the country,
Mhm.
but I like having my shoes off. I didn't ever know I like having my shoes off, but I
Yeah.
like walking in my backyard. Another thing I like reading, and I didn't know I liked to read until I tried it out. I like listening to music, even though I'm a musician. I'm a professional musician, but I
Hmm.
do like listening to certain kinds of music. My dad didn't let me listen to music, secular music, when I was growing up because my daddy was a pastor, but he was really strict. So I didn't start listening to Stevie Wonder till I was grown. I didn't really know who Prince was until I was like 15 or 16. I didn't know who Michael Jackson was. I didn't listen to Michael Jackson until I was 16 or 17.
Wow.
I was kept away from all the beautiful things that other people got exposed to. So I'm just now finding out some of those things. But that's how that looks for me. For me, it's asking myself, what do I like about myself? What do I love about myself? How do I like to be treated? How do I don't like to be treated? And
Yes.
that brought so much clarity for me. And it helped me avoid narcissistic people in my life, particularly
Mm.
dating narcissistic women,
Yes.
you know, or being exposed to narcissistic people on my job or at the
Hmm.
job or narcissistic people in our church. It just helped me avoid that because I knew what I like and knew what I don't like. Does that kind of answer your question?
It did. Absolutely.
Kels, you got a
Thank
question?
Oh,
you.
I can't hear you. Let me see if I can fix this. I can't hear you. Do I need to let me
Maybe
turn
it
this
was
up.
me. You did answer my question, Bishop. Thank
I can't
you.
hear you now.
Okay.
Can you hear any of us?
Can you hear us?
Let me close it out and I'm gonna call you back. Can I do that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna close it out and I'm gonna put it right back on.
While he is doing that, if you have a question, we got only a few more minutes. So if you have a question, please drop it in the comments. Kels, you have another question for him?
No, I was thinking, not at the moment.
Okay.
Not at the moment. He's
I
covering.
took notes.
I got a couple of things. He's covered. He
I mean,
always gives us the knowledge though. He comes through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank y'all. Y'all so nice.
here's my question. It's a two-part question.
Okay.
So, what would you tell a young man who is frustrated? And you know this period. I know you know this period. Woo, we all go through it. Who's frustrated that life is not doing what it's supposed? Like he's again trying, it ain't happening. What do you tell him are good indicators or maybe keys to say, hey, it might not have happened yet, but it's happening? And what would you tell that man's wife, significant other, to either encourage him or to encourage her that she made the right choice by trying to build that this is with him? Because I think in some instances, some ladies don't know, like, it's taking longer than we planned. So did I make a right decision? Am I wasting my time? So how do you speak to that? And then how do you speak to him that's trying to, we get into that place where it's like, I thought by now I would be here.
Right.
Because I was the
If
dude, by the way, I'm just going to be honest. I was the dude who said, I'm not dating nobody till I get to a certain place. So that was me.
right. And that's a good strategy. That's a good strategy. And then but one of the things that I learned was if you get someone that you're considering and you give her a peek into your life, she may have some
Oh, that ain't nothing but the devil.
Oh my God, we need to hear this.
That's what I'm saying. That ain't nothing but Lucifer himself trying to
Come
keep
on,
us.
man. Y'all
We
know he's
trying to get
dropping gems.
He messing with us, units.
Man,
Loose
I
him.
was ready for that.
Yeah.
Don't make me get to speaking in tongues up on here and bonding and loosening.
Are you back?
Oh, I hope so. Oh, that was gonna be good.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
We almost went into warfare
Okay, now
trying to
I'm
get
gonna
this
have to.
word.
Right.
Shoot.
Um,
Uh-oh.
where were we at? I don't remember where.
Come on, y'all. Oh, I know he's gonna drop a gem.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Yes, Erica, where two shall agree. Let me.
Okay.
I'm about to go get my blessed oil. I'm looking over there.
Girl, right here in the purse. They finna take us there. He knew that was gonna be something we needed.
Right.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Woo, we needed that word.
You're funny. You're funny.
Woo!
Okay.
But can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. But this is what I would do if that gentleman came into my office, Pastor Winfred, and he says, "Hey, Bishop, it ain't happening, man. It's been slow process." I would take him away from his wife in a room by himself, and I would say, "Listen, your wife needs you to cast vision so she won't get impatient.
Mm.
Tell her where you're going, and promise her that, and then tell her where you're going, and then write a step by step how you're going to get there. Anybody can do that, and let her know what stage you're in right now, and
Mm.
post it on the wall so she won't get discouraged, because women gravitate towards security. If a woman feels like you truly are making an effort to go to step 1, step 2, step 3, level 1, level 2, level 3, she could probably help you get to level 2.
Mhm.
Then after I talked to him and wrote out that vision for him, step by step, put his short term, his long term goals on a piece of paper, because they say if you write it down, you got a 93% chance of it coming to pass.
Mhm.
Okay. Then I would put him in a room by himself, and I take her by herself, and I say, "Listen, sweetheart, all you have to do if you want to see him grow is to rain on him
Mm.
and shine on him. Rain on him and
Okay.
shine. Even weeds grow with sunshine and water." And I said, I'll tell her, "I promise you, if you keep encouraging him, set your parameters. If he wants to borrow your car all the time, no. You can borrow my car sometime. You can't borrow my car all the time." And she needs to set parameters so she can still have her individuality. And even when I counsel married couples, I always counsel each individual, keep your individuality. Don't let nobody encroach on your individuality, because that's who you are.
Mhm.
Just because what you are is fantastic don't mean that's who you are in that particular area. And so and I would tell her to rain on him and shine on him, and then he'll start growing. Rain,
Mm.
shine, rain, shine, rain, shine. And then sometimes you got to pull up those weeds, but make sure you don't pull up weeds. Make sure you're not pulling up flowers trying to pull up weeds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You got to be able to pick your poison, and don't always correct everything, because a man has an ego. But if you rain on him and you shine, God made everything to grow with
Mhm.
sunshine and rain. It has to grow. So,
Yes.
and I say that for the man, also for the woman. She'll bloom if you'll shine on her and you rain on
Hmm.
her. She'll just
Yes.
bloom. Sometimes you got to step back and let her be who she is. Let her have her rant. Let her go off. Because a woman is good at putting a mirror in front of your face and you just see yourself. Look in the mirror. Thank you very much. I see who I am now. Now let's move on. Because she gonna put the mirror on your
Yeah.
face. So, but y'all have to rain on each other and shine on each other. And
Oh, I
don't be
love
afraid.
that.
Yeah, and we can't be afraid to let each other breathe, because what we try to do in relationships is, oh, I better stand up for myself, because I got to make sure they don't overcome these boundaries. You can't go that far. No, quit it. Well, no, make sure you keep your individuality, but more than that, both of you need to be encouraging each other.
Mhm.
Yes.
Encourage each other,
That's
right?
good.
But
That's
a lot
good.
of us, we try to be each other's Holy Spirit.
There it is.
And and because we're close enough to see each other's flaws. You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
And but if you rain on each other, shine on each other, it's gonna work out.
Mm.
We got a question in the comments.
Hmm.
So Sharonda asks, of course, we must go to the word. How do we find out what and who a man is? She said you mentioned educating ourselves about that. Yeah, about that. I already gave her the mind. She said, well, and also about the Miles Monroe book, but I already gave her the sermon where that came from. So
Thank you.
Physiology of a man, the biology of a man, how his physical, his body, his sexual rhythm, his his rhythm in his thinking, rhythm in his body. Everybody has a rhythm. A man needs to buy a book about a woman, what her physiology, man, I can't pronounce that word tonight, but he needs to investigate as much information as possible because not all that information will be relevant to all women, but some information is relevant to almost all women.
yeah,
And a man needs to know that so he won't be tripping with her over women stuff.
Mm.
He needs to find out what she is.
Yep.
Then have her write out what she loves about herself and write out what she likes about herself and write out how she likes to be spoken to and how she doesn't like to be
Yes.
spoken to and how she doesn't like to be treated. He needs to keep it on the wall every day and read it. And he is going to avoid so many
Whew.
pitfalls and landmines, just
Mm.
knowing what she likes about herself. And then he needs to write out to her what I like about you and let her read it every day.
That's nice.
Because we're trying to relate to one another. This is a relationship.
Come
And
on
then
now.
and then this is how we build passion. See,
Mm.
if I'm dating a woman, I don't need to be in her face all the time. Because when I'm away from her, I'm building passion. Passion and love are two different things. Desire is that's why people have affairs. People have affairs that love each other all the time,
Mm.
but they don't have desire. When the desire is built when I'm missing you. Desire is built when I get to see you in your element. Desire is built is when I give you enough space to breathe and you can start blooming. You can start glowing. You can start beaming. But if I'm intimidated and I'm insecure, I'm not gonna give you the space you need to bloom and to beam and to shine.
choke you.
Because there was a spark when I met you. There's something about you, but
You
I'm
just
block,
gonna preach, Bishop? You just gonna preach? Come on, man.
but but I'm standing over you, blocking the sun, and so the
Mm.
sun is it. I'm not what made you shine because I wasn't around you when you started beaming. I was attracted to you when I
Yes.
first saw you, and I wasn't nowhere in the game. So I need to bag up off of you and let you start glowing again. Then
Mm.
now I don't need you. I want you.
Come on now.
Yeah.
We were not designed to be needed. We
Whew.
were designed to be wanted.
Mm.
And so a man will always gravitate to where there's respect. He's not going to gravitate where there's love.
Jesus
A,
Christ.
a man's question is, I trust you because I understand you.
Mm.
But a woman is different. She says this, I trust you because you make me feel good about myself.
Mm.
See, a lot of men, they go about it backwards. We try as men, we're trying to make her feel good about us. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a million women that don't give a flying flip about a man that feels good about himself. How do you
Mm.
make her feel when you're around her? He could be sorry as all get out, but if he know how to make her feel good, it's hard for her to resist him because she
Oh my
feels a
goodness.
certain way. A woman is designed. A man, if a man talks to her heart, he'll
That's
understand
it.
her head. To see men, this is the reason why men don't appreciate women because she don't make no sense to him.
Mm.
But he ain't never had a conversation with her heart. If a man will talk to her heart, he'll understand her head. And if a woman will talk to his head, she'll understand his heart. See,
Ooh.
women, they're like, oh man, he's so, man, I don't understand. He ain't got no feelings. He just cold. How can he say that? How can he screw her and love me? It wasn't, it was a dome decision. It wasn't a heart decision.
Mm.
But if a woman can begin to have conversations with his head, she'll start understanding his heart, and she can meet those needs, and he's not looking at no other woman because he's gravitating towards respect, not love. Don't you understand that I love you? I love you. Yeah, I understand you love me. Just like a single mother that's raising a single mother that's raising a son. I teach the ladies in our church, don't talk to your sons out of your heart. Talk to your sons to their head. Don't
Mm-hmm.
show no emotion when you're talking to him. If you want him to be obedient. If you want him to listen to you, don't talk to your son out of your emotions, because he's going to see your weakness. And men,
Mm.
we are by nature hunters. We watch for the weakness. We find the chink in the armor, and we exploit the weakness. That's why you got
Ooh.
young men that love their mama, but they manipulate their mother, but because their mother's too emotional.
Yeah.
So if you want to understand a man, if you want to understand a man's feelings, you got to find out what he's thinking. If you want to understand a woman's thinking, you got to understand her feelings.
All right,
Mm.
we gotta go. Woo! Yeah,
Woo!
you dropped that.
Part 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
You dropped that.
That was
dropped
good.
Oh, thank you guys.
That was a nice drop. That was a
Whew, that was awesome.
I love y'all. Y'all
Thank
be
you
doing
so
good. I've been
much.
watching y'all. It's been looking good.
Yeah.
Sounding good too.
I'm just trying to be like you when I grow up.
Winfred know when he come to town, he tear it up, boy. He have everybody sit on the edge of their seat.
Y'all, speaking of which, y'all come to the conference. It is October 30th, 31st.
I'll be there.
It's at the church. So is there a cost? Can you want to talk about it? Tell people about it?
It's free. There will be an offering, but it's going to be free. And we invite the public to come. This is about single people being empowered. It's a relationship conference. And so we're gonna have sessions for married couples, and we're gonna have sessions for single people. But it's about empowerment, because not everybody wants to be married, but we empower.
Right.
You're gonna leave there empowered. If you just want to just understand relationships better, it's gonna be for you.
Yeah. So
and also, if the people online want to get my book, it's on Amazon. It's called Relationship Technology, Charles Martin. And a lot of the stuff I said is in the book.
I'll be getting the book.
Yeah, you can get the book and then you read it in his voice, like whatever.
I'm definitely reading it in his voice. Okay, that's a given.
When you read it, you go read it in his voice.
Oh, so you can hear my voice when you're reading it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm going
cool.
to get it tonight.
Okay.
Getting it tonight. I needed that.
They need to register for the conference. Anything?
Yes. Felicia has the registry information, but I don't have it.
I'll post it.
So,
I'll get it.
Good.
Y'all know I didn't already text her for it. So
okay, good.
My phone is blowing up now. Some people talking about. So please give this man an offering. So,
that's awesome.
So
that was awesome.
Y'all seriously come to this conference. Last year was.
I'll be there.
Bless him at that conference. And we need a cash app for the conference for the people online. We need a cash app.
Yeah, Kels was there, so she knows the conference last year was on point. Like it was good conversation, good learning, everything. So yeah, October 30th, 31st, Champions All Nations Church. Bishop Martin is going to be one of the keynotes. I'm a keynote. Yeah, y'all just show up. It's going to be on point.
We'll be there.
It's Friday night and Saturday, right? All day Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So y'all come out. We're going to have a good time. Pastor Nick is doing a concert this year.
Yeah, so Saturday. Yeah.
Make sure y'all come. So appreciate you for being here as always.
My pleasure, man. My pleasure.
Thank you.
I can't wait, and I can't wait for us to do breakfast or lunch or whatever.
Yes, sir. We're gonna hit it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, all right, we'll see you next time. Y'all make sure again get his book, Relationship Technology. Is your music on?
Bless you, ladies. Yes, you can.
Thank you, Bishop.
All right, y'all be blessed. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Y'all get his music too. The man plays music.
He got You talk about got an answer for everything. I was trying to get him at that company last year. I was like, well, why come men be like, but they don't. And he'll come back. Well, see what you got.
Bishop is dope
Yes.
though.
Why you back on here?
Y'all be
Brother
blessed. Okay.
season.
All right. Bye-bye.
No,
He is.
he was.
That is
He
awesome.
had an answer for everything and very I want to say genuine and compassionate with it too. So
Yeah.
I was like, man, okay, I can't get him with it. He, he's anointed.
He is.
He's trying to get him. Yeah, that's funny.
trying to get him. I was trying to get him.
Oh man.
All right, y'all. We got 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and shut it down. Kels, you go first.
Well, have a good week. Want to also give a shout out to all the people that were involved. We recorded our first Bay or Buy episode on Sunday, and it was lit. I'm so excited about this project.
What is Bay or Buy for those who don't know?
Oh, I'm sorry. Bay or Buy is a fashionable dating game show. So, basically, a scripted reality TV, but with actual dates. So we were actually trying to matchmake. We were actually matching people up and sending them on dates and recording it. So we had a very good time. It was very, very good. Very good. Yeah,
we do another casting soon, or we just wait?
Yes, we will. I would say probably right after we drop the promo videos, we'll open up the casting call. We've already went from doing a pilot episode to conversations of 6 episodes. So it's moving quickly, and yeah. So any actors, actresses, models, comedians, yeah, this is how you get started in the business. Like we are piloting. This show is a pilot. The first episode is a pilot. We are shopping networks with this season. So yes, the next casting call will probably be for 5 episodes. So we'll be looking for about 18 to 20 individuals, and something big to get to jump on. Y'all better jump on this bandwagon. Once I get too big, yeah, when I get too big, don't be in my inbox talking about you remember I used to be on the scoop comment, and I'll be like, nope.
Don't know you. Boosh.
I don't know him either. Be on the lookout for that. We're shooting the release by definitely by end of October, but shooting for the first part of October.
Awesome.
To air it. Yeah, in the first episode.
All right, cool. E, what you got?
So you guys tune in on Mondays for Motivational Monday and Friday. Focused and Finished Friday with Donnell Cole and myself, Coach E. We're giving practical principles. We have a Living Intentional on Purpose conference coming in 2021. It's going to be big. We are co-authoring a couple of books and some journals. We got some gear, Intentional on Purpose gear coming. We've collabed on some things and we're excited. So you guys tune in, check us out, like, share. It's a lot of stuff coming for Oklahoma City.
What time on Monday?
7:30 in the morning. 7:30 in the morning. So even if you don't get it at that time, you can catch the playback, and it's just practical, hands-on, healing, helping, everything.
Okay.
And it's on your page, correct?
It's mine. It's on my page and Donnell Cole's page. So if you guys haven't gotten with him yet, it's both. It's public.
7:30 a.m. Monday, 7:30 a.m. Friday.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, y'all. And both of them are dope. So y'all definitely put it in there.
Thank you.
Y'all again, get the book. Get the book.
I'm on my way.
I'm talking about yours too. Get the book.
I'm
I'm talking about you right now. So y'all,
okay, my bad.
propelpurpose.org. Get the book, get the mug, get the t-shirt, hire her for motivational speaking,
Yes.
preaching, singing, all of the above. So
I do it all.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being here.
It's always good to be on Scoop. I love you guys. Y'all are family.
Yes.
especially on short notice, y'all. So like I literally sent my Q can't be here. Can you be there in about 2 hours? I appreciate you for being there.
Our well is
Yeah, I will.
It's good to see you guys.
I will is deep. Other than that, y'all, again, go to the conference, y'all. Seriously, I look forward to being there. I don't know.
Get the men friends out there, y'all. It was like I said, it was really good. And it just, you know, I always tell your men friends to come on out. They need to get that blessing. And then it
right.
Please, it be a room full of ladies.
Need some mans.
Like, yeah. I mean, I be telling men, you know, I try to tell my friends, hey, if they come in there, shoot. The relationship conference, we coming cute. Just in case. So.
Learn something.
I think last year was like 7 dudes. I was like,
y'all showed some live, didn't y'all? That was bomb.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was powerful. It was really good.
Yeah.
So you just want to, you just think why come the men are scared to come out and stuff like that. And I think just other men need to vouch for it. Like it's not our religion. I mean, we had some sessions. We
talked about business, finance. We talked about
straight relationship stuff, straight single stuff. So it wasn't all, you know, some people get scared of religion, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's good. It's good.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I got. Again, Book of Business, join. Other than that, I ain't got nothing. It's been a good, y'all know, it's been a really good week. It's going to continue to be a good week. I'm going to bed because I got to do virtual school in the morning. And
right.
Get up early.
Listen,
prepare.
I don't know. I made locusts the night before. I'm like, I'm a whole parent now.
Hey.
Yes.
What's up?
That's funny.
Yeah, it's good, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate both of you for being here. I appreciate our listeners, everybody who shared. If you haven't hit the share button, still do it. You can start a watch party so your people can hear. If there was something you heard tonight that helped you, y'all, you can always post it on your page and hashtag Real Scoop Show, like you see behind Kills and behind me, Real Scoop Show. Anytime on Facebook. If you haven't joined the Scoop Nation group, do that. Answer the 4 questions, please. 4 questions.
Just 4.
Lex, I'm tired of delete because you don't answer the question. And then definitely, if you don't haven't liked the Scoop page, do that. We're also on Instagram at Scoop Radio, and as Kayla said earlier, on YouTube. So like, share, follow, subscribe. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Everywhere we are. And we're going to continue to give you all good content. We're going to continue to have great shows. We're going to continue to change the generation by raising the conversation. So y'all have a good night. We love you. We appreciate you. We only want the best for you. And we hope that tonight that you were encouraged and learned something new. Something that will help keep you through the rest of the week. Y'all have a good rest of your week. We'll see y'all next Tuesday. Oh yeah, next Tuesday, y'all ain't gonna want to miss that one either. So talk about police and women's bodies next week. That's what we talk about.
You could just give it, but you just bend it. Why you standing here? But you say you're with me. And when you try to tease me,
that's how we do it tonight.
When you knock me to the floor, cause I don't want to. Love is for you.
Come on, do this with the background.
I'm the dancer today.
Baby, if this is goodbye, let's try. You just can't give up. Can't you see the tears in my eyes? Cause I'm gonna try. Maybe I'll treat you right. Just give me one more try. If this is goodbye. If this is good,
y'all later.
Goodbye.
Peace.
I don't wanna know why.